it was definitely a big change that was necessary.
Yeah.
And now that we're here in March, I'm really shocked at how quickly this year has gone so far, because I feel like last year felt like 10 years with everything that transpired.
Yeah, it just dragged last year. So now that we're able to go out, live a normal life a little bit of normalcy, it just it feels like it's flying by. But I have mixed emotions about that because I'm just like, yo, it's only March. I don't know if it's just because me having more time off and me able to do things that I want to do. Like, I just feel like the days are dragging a little bit. But at the same time, I feel like it's going fast. So I'm in between. I feel like it goes fast, but at the same time, it feels like it's going slow. But yeah, I can't believe the first week of March has already come and gone. We've already had mixed weather. We had windy days. We're about to get nice days. So it's like they say, March comes in like a lion and leaves like a lamb.
I actually never heard of that saying before. There was a tweet that I seen recently that pretty much said what you just said without the lamb part.
Oh, okay.
I think it was the Northeast Weather Twitter page.
Yeah.
It said, "Oh, March is coming in like a lion." They put the lion emoji, and all I could think about was that day where it was just really windy and cold.
Yeah.
So I was like, now that they mentioned that tweet and going through that day, because like the day before it was really nice, it was like 50,
Yeah.
and then it's 18 and windy.
Yeah.
I started thinking about the previous few years in March, how right in the beginning there was always something.
Yeah.
Last year, it was probably like the second week COVID hit.
Yeah.
That was just out of the blue, very unexpected.
Yeah, that's life changing right there. Like a whole pandemic, like that's gonna be in the history books.
Oh yeah,
like
for sure.
We're living the history that the next generation is gonna be reading.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how we read about the flu pandemic when that happened in the 1600s. So now we're a part of history. It's just crazy to live through it.
A year prior, 2019, is when Allion was in the hospital.
Yeah,
it was right in the beginning of March is when we got that message. And it was a Sunday, and I recall us and his family and close friends were there all day, and we were looking at the weather because we had to work the next day, and there was a big ass snowstorm coming. So that's another case right there, where March coming in like a lion, snowstorm. I always felt like we kind of coasted these past few years in regards to the winter weather. December, January, February. We'll get usual snow flurries and that cold stretch, but nothing too drastic.
Yeah, I thought this winter was going to be pretty bad because when we had those couple of snow days back to back, we haven't had like snow days like that consistent. It's been spread out. We'll have a snow day in December, and then we won't see one until like end of January or February, and then when we had two back to back, I was like, oh shit, maybe this is going to be like 2015 where we had one every week.
Yeah.
But the winters haven't really been that bad. They're still cold. The cold is still there, but snow-wise, I feel like the snow is moving down south. Because, Texas, what happened to Texas?
Like that is just something that can't be explained because Texas, I thought Texas was like Cali or Florida. I thought they just experienced year-round warm weather.
Yeah, because I know in Florida it does get like down to the 40s, maybe 30s in certain areas in Florida. So I figured Texas was the same. It's a hot climate state. That's where all the farmings are.
Yeah.
That's what I heard too with this whole freezing over. A lot of farmers are losing crops. So I guess the vegetables and stuff are going to go up in price because of that.
Of course.
Yeah, so that's just different experiences that they're not able to handle because they're not prepared for that. It's not in their budget. So now that we don't really need that service, not that we don't need it, but we don't need it as much as we used to, So I don't know if the workers up here had to go down there and help them out because I'm sure that had to happen because a lot of power outage, and every time we have a power outage up here, people from different states come up this way to help us out.
True, that's very true.
So yeah, it's like a switch in the climate, climate change. Even
It's real.
Yeah, politicians don't want to admit it, The scientists, they want to bring it up as a subject to talk about. I know Amazon, they invested into that, like to fix the climate or whatever, or to improve whatever they can because they're starting to use airplanes. They have millions of trucks on the road,
Yeah.
So Amazon's making a lot of money, so they gotta donate too,
Yeah, they gotta invest in that. They're contributing to all that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now it's time for them to be part of the solution.
Yeah, for real.
But
yeah, March. I've always heard that saying just from older people. They always told me that March comes in like a lion and leaves like a lamb since, April is technically spring already. I think the first day of spring is in April.
And daylight savings is coming up.
Yeah, is that next month or this
next week?
Oh, this month?
Yeah,
Oh,
next
wow.
week is daylight savings. We spring ahead. We lose an hour of sleep, but
Yeah.
we gain more sunlight in the day. So
Yeah.
I always look forward to that. I don't look forward to
losing
the
the
first few days
Yeah.
because I'm like a zombie.
Yeah, you feel it.
You definitely feel it.
Yeah, and they say they've done studies on that too, that it affects us like our health wise. Like if messes up your blood pressure, either lowers it or rises it. And they say, why do we need that anymore? They used to do that back in the day just for the crops. But now that we have time, we have digital time, we have other ways to figure out stuff, why do we still need to push the clocks back and forth? The sun's already out longer right now. Why can't we just leave the time how it is right now?
Exactly. And I'm sure we'll see a bunch of tweets and things on social media in regards to the whole daylight savings. Why are we still doing this? This is bad for
every
our
year.
health.
Every
year they always talk about it. They don't complain when it ends in October when we fall back
When
and
we
gain
gain
that. But like when we lose it, that's when we flip shit because we definitely are affected by that the first few days. It's like you don't want to get up, you don't want to work, you don't want to interact with people.
Yeah.
You just want to stay inside and catch up on a few days of rest because that 1 hour messes up your life in like a few days.
So it's next Saturday going into Sunday.
Yeah, so like if you're one of those party animals that like to stay up late, those night owls, you're gonna see on your cable box or your digital clock, you'll see 1:59 turn into 3. And you're like, whoa, what the fuck? I always liked it when it was 1:59 and it fell back to 1. Like, yeah, that's just sleep. But once it springs, it's like, oh shit, why am I up?
Yeah, that's a different feel. But all right, I mean, yeah, at least with digital clocks, we don't have to set it no more. And
our phones too. Yeah. It just does it for us. I remember having like those old school watches and pulling out the little dial and twist it.
Yeah. Turn it. Yeah.
All right, I got it. Oh shit, I got to do it again because it's so sensitive.
Yeah.
When you pull it out and it starts moving the dial so quickly.
Yeah.
But
that's funny.
That's old school stuff. Some of the things that these Gen Z people don't know nothing about.
Yeah, I heard they're taking out clocks from schools because they can't even tell the time or something like
that. Are you serious? Yo, Gen Z. Yo, there's the door. I feel like little by little, I'm losing respect for these fucking Generation Z type people. These are what, the 2000 babies?
Yeah.
Up to 2020 or so. So there's a new generation coming out now, right?
Yeah. 2021, whoever was born this year.
Yeah, so we don't really have to worry about them now. But these Gen Z people, they're the reason why everything is like so sensitive now. You understand? Like,
I mean, we play a contribution to that because we're getting sensitive too. It's just a time where we're getting more alert. We're more aware of our surroundings. We're more aware of who we are as a human being. Because back in the day, when they grew up, they just grew up to men worked, women stayed home. Just very subtle, very small-minded. That's it. Just routine, and that's it. You die.
Yeah.
And now we know about mental health. We know about anxiety, depression. Like we're looking at us overall, like 100%. And I think that's where the sensitivity comes from. Is from knowing more. you know. And I just feel like it's a part of us growing up. We start looking at the young guys like, yo, what are you doing? You know, just like how the older people when we were young looked at us like, oh, what are you guys doing? What are you listening to? You know, it's a part of life. You
for
know?
Sure. Like I definitely understand what you mean. Like us growing up, I feel like we were sensitive, but not to the T. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, we're all human. We have feelings, but I feel like this particular generation, they look back at the stuff like what you were saying. They look back at the stuff that like we were growing up to, and then they like to like post it like, oh my god, I can't believe they did this. She said that. It's like, bro, that was in the past. Like that was our time, and like we didn't take it seriously.
You had to be there, you know.
Exactly. that's the new thing. You had to be there.
But
and
the thing is, I feel like what you just said right there. They posted. So we didn't have that when we were younger.
That is true.
They're growing up in a different world,
and they're catching up to this stuff. It's like, whoa, how was this allowed back in the day? So, like for an example, I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter, but it was Gen Z and the millennials, right? Eminem. All right, we all know Eminem as arguably the most controversial rapper ever. You know, he's not afraid to speak his mind. He'll say whatever. You know, so like
white privilege.
Yeah. So like back in the day when he was in his prime, all the things that he would say, and like people were. He even said it in his song. Like people would demonstrate against him, picket signs and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think he went to court a few times too.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson ended up suing him.
Yeah. So he was definitely facing that backlash, but with the support of his fans and family, all that, you know, he was able to overcome that.
Yeah.
But with Gen Z, like they look at his old stuff and they really try to cancel him out. It's like, bro.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I seen a video. Some girl, I think she was listening to Eminem Rihanna.
Love the Way You Lie?
Yeah.
Okay.
His last lyric, his last verse where he said, oh, I'm tied to the bed and set this house on fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were like, nope, he's canceled. We're not listening to Eminem. And we're like, bro and sis, first of all, y'all weren't even fucking born when Eminem came out, and y'all trying to cancel him? It's like,
I don't believe in cancel culture.
It's like, take a seat, you know, because this is our guy. This is what we grew up with. You are gonna grow up with your fucking your little bolts, little yachty. No offense to him, but like all these bum ass, stupid ass, clout chasing people. You know,
it's not even music no more. It's just
is
personalities.
Yeah. So like you focus on your shit and we'll focus on ours.
Yeah.
You guys can try to cancel him, but you can't.
Yeah, no,
because
I don't believe in that.
Arguably, he's like top 10.
Yeah.
He's top 10 rappers in this game overall.
Yeah, as a rapper, definitely.
Yeah, so when I seen that, I seen the video once and I'm like, alright. I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna entertain it because these Gen Z people, they just they're stupid. They just need to grow up a little bit more, and maybe they can take care of us.
Yeah.
But for now, we got us. You know, like take a few years and grow up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And like you were saying, whoever fucking created this whole stupid cancel culture bullshit. That in itself is just it's a stupid idea.
It's just attention seekers, people that are looking for attention online.
Yeah,
and clout chasing. That's the generation we live in. The internet has made everybody addicted to go viral. Once they likes, you know, retweets, like all that stuff, just that recognition, being known or being spreaded around, people liking the stuff that you made, like people are just addicted to that, and that's a real addiction right there.
Yeah, they fiend for their attention. The social media now is a drug.
Yeah,
it's a virtual syringe. It's their phone, and they inject it into their bloodstream, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and like, don't get me wrong, like, all those sites, they're very useful in its
Yeah.
own way.
Yeah, you got to know how to use them.
Exactly.
You know?
But it comes to a point where it's just like, it's not that important. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? There's more to life than being attached to your phone and just taking all that in, because most of the time it's just all negative.
Oh yeah,
Negative shit, and just a lot of
that you put in your brain. You
Yeah.
know? It's too much.
You
Too
gotta
much
think-
information's too bad for you.
Yeah.
Because not all the information you're reading online is true, and people like, I believe the word's gaslighting, where you're feeding false information to people.
Yeah.
And that's what people do on the internet, is gaslight.
yeah,
you know,
all
just
the time.
all bad information. And I don't know. I guess I can see where you're coming from, but at the same time, you gotta look at their shoes too. They were born with this in their hands. Like, I remember seeing kids 3 years old, 4 years old. Their mom or dad would give them the tablet, the phone.
Exactly.
You know, I remember when the fire tablet, the Amazon, the first those first tablets.
Yeah.
Like, how long ago was that? Like 7 years ago.
Give it take.
Like my
Yeah.
nephew, he was being on that like at 6, 7 years old. That's basically his babysitter. You know what I mean? Just he'll watch videos, whatever.
Yeah,
So they were
for sure.
born. They were born with that device in their hands. So that's all they know. So it's just on how they're raised and what they being told, like what to listen and what not to listen to. You know, it's just a different world they're being raised in, and I can't really fault them at that. Like, we gotta take some responsibility too.
Yeah.
But it's just a cycle, because I'm sure. Because
And evolving.
not that I'm sure, but I know back in the day, like when NWA came out, like in the movie, they showed it when they first started coming out with those type of raps. The older folks are like, "What are you guys saying? Why are you guys doing this gangster rap? Like, this ain't going nowhere."
This isn't radio friendly.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys want to be big stars, you have to
like sing or have poppy songs.
Yeah, you have
know?
to be able to
The
create
disco.
something that can get to everyone. Like
Yeah.
this right here, people are
Yeah.
gonna get offended.
Yeah.
But they were like, we don't care, because this is our art and this is our reflection of where we come from.
Yeah.
You know, and they were able to spread that message throughout the country.
Yeah. And I just feel like it's just a repeated cycle through generation. You know.
That's very true, and it just makes me appreciate my childhood. Like
Yeah.
growing up, I didn't have those technical devices, you know,
Yeah.
the cell phones, the tablets,
Computer.
Like, yeah, we had a laptop, but like I rarely used it. I only used it for like schoolwork and like to hit people up on AIM.
Yeah,
Like,
but
that's it.
That's like your teenage years.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
talking about like childhood.
Yeah, as a child, like we had coloring books, we had blocks, we had
not
toys.
Chance the Rapper coloring book, like real coloring books.
Like we would be outside, and when the street lights turned on, your ass is home
Yeah, for real.
eating dinner. You know what I'm
riding
saying?
bikes outside. Like the summertime was so fresh with the scooters, the
Yeah.
bikes. Everybody just going out with the water guns, water balloons.
Yeah, and like that right there makes me appreciate my childhood a whole lot more, because we weren't so reliable and dependable on the technology, because we
Like a
we
virtual
didn't have,
world.
Yeah, we
you know?
didn't have that stuff. Our world was outside, being outside, interacting with our friends, going out to the playground, and like even when we were inside on a bad day, like we'd watch our favorite children's movies, cartoons, and like I said, coloring books, playing with toys, and hanging around with your siblings. Like that was the best.
Yeah, human interactions, you know? Now we live in a world where nobody wants to be social. You call the helpline, it's automated. You go to McDonald's, it's a kiosk.
I like that. see, and that's
You can order online now from restaurants.
Yeah.
They come out to you and bring it. Like, no human interactions nowhere.
Like that's something that John always wanted to talk about, because I feel like he's really trying his best to keep that spirit alive of talking to humans when they go to restaurants and stores. It's just to be social. Like, hey, how you doing? Oh, you need help with that? Oh, I got a coupon. Oh, I got my card right here. Can you scan that for me? What's good? And she's like, your total is 96. What? It declined. What you mean a decline? I'm balling, okay? Me, on the other hand, I like going to the self-checkout. I like going to the kiosk
For real.
and ordering all that stuff.
So you like working for other companies? You're working as a cashier at the self-checkout. You're working as a cashier at the McDonald's for the kiosk.
But I don't mind that. I don't want to talk to them. Because the thing is, I can't mess up my order. Because I know exactly what I want. I don't want no pickles in my burger. And then I order it with the human. I'm like, yeah, can I have this no pickle? I get the burger. I'm like, yo, what the? That's what I can't deal with these people. So I'd rather do it by myself.
See, we're being conditioned right now. This is where we're being conditioned because of the internet. But see, it's just the world we're living in, and just imagine if we were raised in it. You know, we wasn't raised in it, so it doesn't affect us that much as who we are. But imagine being raised in it.
Because we still go back to like our old ways.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if it's like really packed, I'm like, all right. Come on, let's go.
Fine, I'll talk to them.
I'm like, hi.
Fine, I'll call to make the order. Oh my god, the website's down. Shit.
Man, delivery fee, tax fee, surcharge fee, tip fee. What fee?
Applicable fee?
Applicable. Like all these fees. All I wanted was a cheeseburger and a Frosty. It's just like $4, and why am I fucking paying $25 for all this shit? Like that's the one downfall, and that's one thing that like I've learned in recent weeks is like that ain't it. I'll just fucking step out and just go and grab it now.
Yeah.
Yo,
definitely.
make sure when we get food today, just call it and just
Yo, go Pups.
Yeah. Have this shit come over, man. Because it be like that, you know. It's like we drive too much.
Out.
Like just why don't you come through, drop the food off? I know we're supposed to be social distancing, you know, but like, hey, like if you good, come in, holler at your boy, you know, because it's cold out there. Keep you warm, you know. So.
Nah, yeah, but yeah, it's a different world we live in.
Very different.
It's 2021. It's crazy. Like I feel like it was just yesterday. It was 2028 because I was talking to you about how Scorpion.
2028. I'm like, whoa!
I'm from the future.
2028. Let's see. We'll be.
That's 7 years from now.
Yeah, we'll be fucking 35. What the fuck? I'll be like fully bald now. Like I have some hair, but like that's gonna be gone. Holy, I don't even want to think that far. Let's take it today.
Yo,
so,
God willing, we'll make it there. But yeah,
let's
2018.
Let's reminisce back to 3 years when life was a little more simple. We were younger. So what happened?
No, we were having that talk. How it felt like it was just yesterday. It was 2018.
Yeah.
The whole Drake versus Pusha. You know, since Drake just dropped. You know.
Yeah.
What did he call it?
Scary hours.
Scary
2.
hours. But it's not October though.
Hey, it don't have to be October. Drake could do whatever he wants. See, the thing is with Scary Hours, here's the thing. I feel like Drake was the main person to start like dropping music when we were sleeping.
At midnight?
It could be midnight or it could be like past midnight, like 1, 2 o'clock. Because I swear there was a time when we were so dependent on Hot New Hip Hop and like diverse hip, those sites.
Yep.
And they would post a song, and I'm pretty sure they had like the time stamp of when it was dropped.
Yes.
And it was either 1, 2, 3 o'clock at night when everyone's sleeping.
Oh, okay.
So anytime Drake would drop some new music, you wake up to it. It's like, whoa, when the fuck did this come out?
Yeah.
And it'll be in the early hours of the morning when everyone's sleeping. So I think that's why he would call it Scary Hours, is because he was so used to dropping new songs in the middle of the night when everyone's sleeping. So when you wake up, that's the first thing you're listening to.
And I remember my mom, when I was growing up, she would always tell me don't go out past midnight because bad stuff would happen.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like there's other myths like that too. So after midnight is considered like scary hours, you know? So it fits the description, you know?
It does. It does.
And now you got the Nets copying them, calling it scary.
Scary Hours.
They call it Scary Hours too?
Scary Hours, and Joe Budden's calling it Spooky Time. It kind of rings off. That's funny.
But yeah, Scary Hours when when we got the news that he was getting dropped, son, everybody thought it was either a single, just one song, or the whole album. You know?
Yeah. So when I first seen Scary Hours 2, my first thought was, all right, it's a 2-pack.
Yeah, just like last time.
Yeah, this isn't an album.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
isn't a single.
Yeah.
True Drake fans know what
Yeah.
Scary Hours is, and
Yeah.
it's just gonna be an appetizer.
Yeah.
So when I seen the two symbols,
The two diamonds.
it looked like diamonds.
Yeah.
From like a far point
It's
of view,
faded.
it looked like
Yeah.
a UFO
Oh,
type
okay.
shit. So I'm like, all right, I see two. I didn't think that would represent two as Scary Hours 2.
Okay.
I thought it represented just two songs.
Oh, I see.
So when I woke up the very next morning and I seen Scary Hours 2 was available and I seen 3 tracks, I was like, oh shit, okay.
You got a bonus.
Right.
We got extra one.
That's what's up, man. So I was very happy, and this is definitely long overdue because he gave us Dark Lane demo tapes a year ago, back in May 2020. He said that he was gonna drop CLB in the summertime. So I was like, oh shit. After listening to Dark Lane, it's like, if these are his throwaways,
Yeah.
what are we gonna expect for this album?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
High expectations, because if these are throwaways and they're bangers still,
Yes.
so what's on the album?
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a lot of snippets that were getting teased.
Yeah.
You know, a lot on YouTube. Like, we were like, dang, where are all these leaked songs coming from?
Yeah.
Even SoundCloud, I remember you put me on a lot of songs.
Yeah,
I was just like,
mad
yo, where did you get
songs
this
out
one? Where did you get this one? He's like, yo, SoundCloud. I was like, wow, what the
Yeah.
hell? But yeah, so he doesn't even drop the album though. He keeps pushing it back.
Kept pushing it back like always. And I have a theory, we're gonna bring that up later. He pushes it back, and on his birthday he reveals the trailer.
Yeah.
Which was very awesome. We talked about this a while ago.
Yeah.
He pretty much shows like
Each
So
album,
Far Gone, Nothing Was the Same, Take Care, Dark Lane demos, tapes. And then you see, I think, what would be like the Staples Center, and it had the CLB logo. It blacks out and it says January 2021. I'm like, are you serious? We gotta wait like 3 months for this? So time goes by. We get to the holidays, and the speculation that he's gonna drop New Year's.
Yeah.
Because January 1st was a Friday, so I'm like, okay, the ball drops, he drops his album. That's like the best rollout to end and to start a fucking new year is with some Drake music.
Yeah.
It was OBJ that said, yeah, he's gonna drop, January 1st. But little did we know, but we definitely should have known, is that OBJ was injured, so he was probably high off the perkies and he was just talking some shit. And then DJ Academics was like, no, wrong, incorrect, he's not dropping, you told me. And yeah, he didn't drop because somehow, some way, he fucking tore his ACL, I think. He fucked up his knee because he has an indoor basketball court. There was rumors that Steph Curry fucking broke his ankle, fucked up his knee. So it's a rumor. So that delayed it even more. He pushed it. He pushed it. He's like, I can't do it.
I'm in rehab mode, and then we see him in vacation and stuff. Like, yo, what the hell? You got time to do this, but you can't do the album?
Like, all you have to do is press send. Press send and let all of us hear.
Yeah, because even 40 was saying it. Oh, Drake got in the tuck. He got it whenever he's ready, he'll do it, this and that. So it's really just on Drake. And I feel like, so the 3 songs of Scary Hours 2, it started off with What's Next, Wants and Needs with Little Baby, which explains the whole picture of him with Little Baby and Meek Mills in Barbados. I don't know if you saw that picture.
Yeah.
So that explains why they were together. So, and then Rick Ross and Drake. Lemon Pepper's Freestyle.
Yeah.
I don't know why artists do this. They always put the word freestyle in a song. Like, I don't know.
Well, maybe he was spitting on the top of his head. Because, that's the thing. Like, Drake, I feel like he really is the only rapper that makes songs with the name freestyle in the title.
I've seen other rappers, too, and I'm just like, why do they do that? It's a real song. Like, I don't know.
I really wish we could see behind the scenes when they're recording this, if he's actually really spitting it from the top.
Yeah.
Because, Drake was heavily criticized about potentially having ghostwriters, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like when you see freestyle, it's like okay,
Yeah, I mean, he was criticized by the consumers, by fans, but all rappers never really criticized him. All the rappers said it like they respect Drake's pen because they know he's a real spitter.
and Pusha T.
Yeah,
Pusha T even said, like prior to the whole
their
beef,
Yeah,
he actually likes Drake, and
Yeah.
he can spit. He got bars.
Yeah.
He admitted that
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Pharrell, because Pharrell was the one that pretty much spilled the beans in an interview recently, saying like
yeah,
he really liked Drake and he really wished that something could happen with the
Yeah.
two, and that breaks his heart because he's friends with both.
yeah.
But since that shit happened,
Yep.
there's no reconciliation.
Yeah,
It's out the window.
yeah,
Because like it's like once you cross that certain line, there's no going back.
yeah,
You know, so it's nice to hear that he said that,
yeah.
because it's like now you know
Yeah, it's
like-
out in the open.
Drake, regardless of what you think, regardless of what was said,
Yeah.
Drake really is one of the GOATs of this rap game, regardless of how you feel about him.
Yeah, his
Like-
run is unmatched, bro. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're ever gonna see this again, but just one artist to be this high up in his career, like he's still at his peak. You know, people say he's falling down just because his other type of music coming out, but still, he's still at the top of his game, and I feel like he's rapping like he has something to prove
Of
too.
course, yeah.
Like with this 3-pack he just dropped, bro. Like he's spitting bar for bar
He
in
is.
every song
He is.
too. There's not just one song and then the other songs like radio friendly. Even his radio friendly spitting. You know what's next? Like I was telling you, I feel like
Yeah.
that's the radio friendly song that he's dropping. And even in the chorus when he's saying okay, okay, you know, I feel like he was saying that to the fans because the fans are the ones always like, oh, when you dropping, and he like you could hear the anger in those okays.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell you what's happened next. Okay, like don't listen to nobody else. Listen it to me.
Yeah. That's a good take right there. And like with this 3-pack, I truly enjoyed it, and he's definitely going back to basics and just giving us the bar heavy Drake that we've
Yeah.
all known and loved.
That wordplay.
And this is my theory that I was telling you guys earlier. So with this 3-pack, right? Everyone's fucking with it. Everyone's just like, wow, like this is the Drake that we want.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but I feel like there's this cycle with Drake throughout his career, and when he's about to drop an album, I always felt like he always created this buzz. He always created this hype
Yeah.
when it comes to his next album.
Yeah.
And there's always delays. There's always delays. He either sets a month or like an exact date. Something happens and he has to push it off
Yeah, I remember
for like a long period of time.
I remember that in the beginning of his career, because I remember always waiting for like new Drake song, and then he was always taking his time. But I feel like in the middle of his career, he dropped a lot of like If You're Reading This, More Life, in between albums.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like he was pretty consistent. In the
He
middle.
was
in the
right
beginning,
there. Yeah,
and
in the beginning.
and now.
with Take Care,
Yeah.
that was supposed to drop on his birthday,
Yeah.
and then he had to push it to November because of sample clearance.
Okay.
Nothing Was the Same. That was like a 2-year gap from Take Care.
Oh wow.
I think he was supposed to drop that on his birthday as well, and I think he had to either push it forward or push it back a little bit.
Okay.
And then with Views, he was talking about Views for like 2 years. He mentioned it in 2014, and then 2015 he was mentioning it in Meek Mill's song Rico. He's like Views,
Yeah.
Views. That's 2015, and then he finally drops in 2016.
Okay.
And then my first time listening to Views, I was like, I'm not really feeling it. I feel like with all the
anticipation.
the anticipation and the year prior that he had with the whole ghostwriting allegations, Meek Mill turns his back on him, and then
those allegations came with If You're Reading This.
Yeah.
And that's before Views. So you listen to If You're Reading This, all those dope songs, him rapping. You know,
like, yeah, I was impressed with that because like that came out the blue.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he was really spitting.
yeah,
And then he drops What a Time to Be Alive like a few months after that.
yeah. See, I feel like he was pretty consistent. Like,
But with Views, I felt like after all of that, like, because 2015, that was a big dub for him. I feel like with Views, I felt like he was trying to play a little bit safe. And I felt like with the whole impact of the whole Meek Mill situation, I felt like that definitely affected him a lot, where he was kind of second guessing himself.
oh yeah, I bet.
You know, so
Oh, yeah.
when the album came out with all the hype, I felt like most people were a bit disappointed in it because there were a few bars in some of the songs that were like, yo, you definitely could have said it better or just taken it out completely.
Yeah.
Because there were a few lines in some songs that were corny.
Mm.
And I'm like, this isn't like Drake.
Yeah.
Keychain go jangling. Like some
Yeah.
people were pointing that out, like, what the fuck is that? And
Yeah.
then got so many chains, call me chain and ten. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, like,
Yeah.
come on, like, you're Drake, like, you can do so much better.
Yeah.
So I hope I'm wrong. I just feel like with all the hype, the delays, I feel like people are gonna take, and he even said it too.
Yeah.
I feel like people are gonna take CLB, and I feel like in the beginning they're gonna be disappointed. It's like, you made us wait this long,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you finally dropped it. And this is it.
Yeah.
This is it right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Drake said people are gonna take CLB like they took Views.
Yeah.
You listen to Views now, it definitely aged well. When it dropped, I was iffy about it. I was like, I don't know if this is it. And he's already calling it a classic.
Yeah.
And in the 3-pack, what was it, in Wants and Needs or
Yeah.
What's Next, where he said, I think it was Wants and Needs, where he was like, oh, dropped a classic a few years ago. They're calling it
And
a sleeper.
Yeah. Wants and Needs.
Yeah. So I do feel like what Drake is saying about CLB and View, I think that's pretty accurate. And that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
With all the delays and the hype, I'm not gonna be so antsy about it.
Yeah.
Because I just have a feeling it's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
With all the hype, the anticipation, people really wanting it, I think in the beginning some people are gonna be disappointed. I hope I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but that's how I feel.
No, I understand because Views came right after those allegations. So anybody that didn't like Drake, because you gotta think about it, when you're at that top, you're gonna have more haters than fans because people don't
of
want to
course.
see you win. People really don't. They'll smile in your face and then stab you right when you turn around. You know, and I just feel like that was his biggest album, even though people didn't like it. It got his biggest single on there.
His first number one.
His first number one.
Yeah.
You know, so after those allegations, for you to still get your first number one, like, that's a win for me.
That is,
you know?
that is for sure.
So I just feel like people just are so quick to chase that clout, to just be a part of a community. They'll just say anything just to get an attention, you know?
Oh yeah,
So
of course.
I know Drake is saying that because he already anticipates him to have more haters than fans. So he's gonna already expect that. He's gonna be like, yeah, people are gonna sleep on this one too, because he's used to that. He's at the top of his game, and people are always gonna be aiming at you.
Yeah.
When you're the top one, people want your spot. So you're the target, you know what I mean? So he already has that target on him. He accepts that target, and he's ready to take any hit, you know? Because he's taken multiple hits. Meek Mill tried it, Pusha T tried it, and both occasions he came out on top. You know, when he faced Pusha T, who was singing on whose songs? Everybody was singing that Kiki song. Yeah, Drake might have lost the battle between them two, but overall, who was singing Daytona shit? Nobody. Everybody was singing Kiki that summer.
That is true.
So Drake,
even though I thought Daytona was out of the year. But yeah, you're right. And My Feelings was like his biggest song.
Yeah.
And that came after the whole beef and the diss records.
Yeah.
He was focusing on making another diss between him and Kanye.
Yeah.
But he's like, why am I wasting my energy on you guys when I can use that energy and put it inside me?
Yeah.
And then that's how he created In My Feelings.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like those tracks are great.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I'm a huge Drake fan, so my expectations are always gonna be high, and I feel like I know he has so much like different demographics to satisfy. So I know some songs are not gonna be for me. Some songs are gonna be for the TikTokers. Some songs are gonna be for the young guys or the older guys, the real rapper guys, you know. And I feel like with this three pack, I'm really impressed because each song, like, yeah, you can tell the difference. Like, one song's for radio, one song's for the trap stars, and then the other song's for the bar for bar. But each song just shows his evolution, like the way he just knows how to charisma around the beat, the way he floated on each beat. It just shows.
It just shows his different layers as an artist.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, to be that versatile, like, imagine, like, your consumers asking you from this, like, I want this type of song, I want that type of song. Like, imagine that, and you gotta satisfy each of those people. Like, that's a lot.
And Drake makes it look easy since the beginning, you know?
Yeah,
he's just
for real.
Very consistent. And I really hope we get CLB sooner than later.
Yeah.
My theory is that since Toronto's area code's 416 and April 16th is a Friday.
Oh wow. Okay.
Day before my man's birthday.
Yo.
Like, that would be huge if he was to drop it.
And we're driving to Philly.
Yeah. April 16th.
Cause
I hope he drops it that day. That would be great.
Because one question I asked you was, do you think any of these songs that were on Scary Hours can be on CLB?
And that, and that's a great question too, because I did originally say no.
Yeah.
But looking back at the first Scary Hours, he had God's Plan. But then again, God's Plan was like his biggest record. So it's like, you put that on the album,
the streams go up.
Exactly.
Yeah, numbers go up.
So
why wouldn't he do it with this one?
I don't know if those songs are definitely not going to be the same caliber as God's Plan. Even though those songs are going to be heavily streamed.
Yeah.
My take is that I don't think he's going to add those three. If he adds those three, he might as well fucking add fucking 20 tracks on the album.
No, not all three, but if he would to choose, what would you think? What song would he?
Probably What's Next.
What's Next?
I think What's Next, like you said, is the radio friendly song.
Yeah.
It's definitely a single.
Yeah.
So I would definitely, and that was a great intro.
Yes.
That's a great
By
intro.
himself too. That was great.
I would. If he was to add one of those songs, I would say What's Next.
Would you rather him add one of these songs and take out Cry Now, Laugh Later? Or, because isn't that part of the album?
And that's another thing too. That was supposed to be like the first single.
Yeah.
But since that came out like so long ago.
Yeah.
Does he remove it or does he keep it? We don't know.
Hotline Bling came out.
and I was hella disappointed. I didn't listen to that song for months because that shit was so like the year prior. How you gonna do that? That's a good take right there. So
yeah, man.
Just knowing Drake and how he's so into the streams.
Yeah, well calculated. He always wants to chase the numbers.
Now that you mention it, I won't be surprised. Like, that has to be there.
And the only thing that I'm hesitant about is the sound. But I know him; he has to satisfy all different types of sound.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't be surprised if he does put one of those songs, because another song that's not his, but his feature on it, Drake featuring Drake, it always sounds like his own song.
Oh yeah.
Draco the Ruler. That song, that tone, that delivery, like that's what I'm expecting CLB to sound like.
That song was such a vibe.
Yes.
It's so similar to that song Not Around.
Yes.
And you said it was removed off YouTube and like SoundCloud, so that definitely sparks some speculation that maybe this song lives on CLB.
Yes.
We're gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
And definitely when the album drops, we're going to listen to it.
Oh, yeah.
Heavy rotation.
Of course.
And we'll be back to talk about it more.
With our reaction.
So, until then,
yes.
It's been great.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed the video. Follow us.
Like, share, subscribe.
401 Bucket Dreams, IG, YouTube. Reminiscent Boys. We did it. We're here.
Yes.
Peace. Forget it.